Let me ask you something real quick. If you were earning a really good salary in the UK, building your career, maybe even planning your ILR or permanent residency, but suddenly the rules changed and you had to wait much longer to settle here, would you still stay? Because according to a new analysis, this might not just be a what if situation anymore. Some of the UK's highest earning migrants could actually start leaving the country. And the interesting part is, it's not because of jobs or salaries, but because of immigration rules like ILR and settlement pathways. So in this video, let's break it down in simple words. A recent report covered by The Guardian highlights some interesting findings about how migrants behave in the UK over time. According to the analysis mentioned in this report, high-earning migrants are actually less likely to stay in the UK permanently compared to some other groups. Now, when we say high earners, we are talking about people earning very high salaries, sometimes £125,000 or more per year. And the key reason behind this is not just money, it's global mobility. These individuals usually have international career options. They are not restricted to one country. They can move to the US, Europe, Middle East, or other regions where opportunities might be better or settlement rules might be easier. So, when a country like the UK starts discussing stricter or longer settlement routes, it naturally becomes a factor in their decision making. The Guardian report also points out something very important. Not all migrant groups behave the same way. For example, nurses show very strong retention rates in the UK, meaning a large percentage of them stay long term and continue working in the country. But on the other hand, academics and some highly mobile professionals are more likely to move internationally depending on where better opportunities exist. So, it's not a simple everyone stays or everyone leaves situation. It depends heavily on profession, flexibility, and long-term goals. Now let's connect this with what the UK government is actually doing. According to official UK government guidance published on gov.uk regarding immigration and settlement policy, the goal is to tighten control over migration and review the structure of how long it takes to qualify for permanent settlement. Right now, many migrants qualify for indefinite leave to remain after around 5 years of continuous stay in the UK. But the Guardian report also mentions that there have been discussions around extending this qualifying period. In some proposals, it could potentially increase up to 10 years depending on the route and final policy decisions. Now just pause and think about this for a second. Because ILR is not just a visa stage. For most migrants, it represents stability, security, and the feeling that you can finally settle your life properly in the UK. It affects decisions like buying a home, bringing family, changing jobs, and planning long-term future. So when that timeline becomes longer or more uncertain, it doesn't just affect paperwork, it affects life decisions. And this is exactly where high earners become important in this discussion. Because people in high-income global jobs usually have choices. They are not tied to one country. If they feel another country offers a faster or more stable path to settlement, they can move without too much difficulty. So the concern raised in the analysis is not that people will leave immediately. It's more about long-term impact, whether the UK could slowly become less attractive for top global talent if settlement becomes more difficult or takes longer. And when you zoom out, this becomes a much bigger question than just immigration numbers. It becomes about how competitive the UK is globally when it comes to attracting skilled workers, professionals, and long-term contributors to the economy. Because people don't just come to the UK for a job. They come with a plan, a future, and a goal of eventually getting ILR and citizenship. So if that path changes significantly, it naturally affects how people think about staying here long term.